So let's get started on video one on how I edit my videos. Let's go. Yeah. I got him. Alright. I done seen some niggas starving, I done seen some niggas eat. Alright, so let's get started with the mask. So I already started right now. I started a little late for y'all, but make sure when you're doing your mask that you're actually doing the angles correctly though. I'm gonna speed this up a little bit, but make sure that when you're doing that you can press a little longer and it'll let you do some like, you know, curve angles and stuff like that. Just to get the your angles right and stuff. Boom. Alright, so let's go over here. I'm gonna bring it back to full screen real quick. Boom. And then I'm gonna change my clicker, put motion blur on it. Now I'm gonna close it and open it back up to bring, you know, these things back up. Then I'm gonna change these settings real quick. You can follow mine or do your own thing. It doesn't really matter. This is just the way I do it. Make sure you time frame everything. Boom, boom. Highlight everything, time frame everything. Move it to where I need it to start. And then change whatever I need to change. I'm gonna change the rotation real quick. Just scale, make it a little bigger so it comes down. I'm gonna drag my cursor all the way to the end and then reset. So now, boom. You see, now what I like to do is highlight these, bring them back so it actually matches when the clip matches. So you're gonna boom, you know what I mean? So, boom. All right, let's go. See one time. See, let me change the little rotation though. I don't like the way it should be more. Boom. All right, let's see. All right, so now we got this set. What we're gonna wanna do now is we're gonna go over here, boom, close this, let me see. All right, so now that we got Saber, I had to take a little minute to go get Saber. It's a new computer, so boom. Now we got Saber. You just click, drag it on. You're gonna have to go to these settings right here though, because this is what it just shows you when you put it on the clip. Go ahead, boom. These two they do different things. So I like this one because it lets it glow outside of the mask. Boom, change it to add. Go over here, like this, boom, boom. Nope, this one. This one, boom. Click there. There we go. Now you can come up here. So all right, boom. Now I got it. What I like to do is you can come up here and change. They got different settings and stuff. I like to mess with them. Now I'm gonna have a whole nother video that goes in depth on how to do this because you can do so much with this plugin by itself. And I'm gonna go ahead and change this to lighten up the color. I don't want it to look too much like fire. I just kind of want it to blend with the orange glow of the, not so much blend, but be a kind of transition, like kind of transition. Be like a kind of transition in same colorway. So I'm gonna change these. I can change the flicker and all the other stuff, you know, make it look much more dramatic. All right, boom. Now that I got this one set, we can move on. Let me just see. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna add something else here because this is kind of dry. So let's see what we're doing. Boom. It's kind of visual effects. That's cool. That's cool. I like that one. No, I don't like that one too much. That might be the one right there. Boom. Yeah, that might be the one I'm gonna go with. So let's see what we're working with. Cause I kind of like this one. Boom. Yeah, that works. I'm gonna go with that one. So let's stay with this one. All right, now we're gonna move on to some other type of effects, I guess you can call them. So this is called roto brushing. Now, I'm doing a horrible job right now doing the roto brush, but I gotta let me do this again. I'm trying to make the brush, yeah, make the brush bigger. Boom, boom, boom. Screw. All right. Now, what you can do, I think, is control, and then drag your mouse to cut off anything that you don't want. Makes it red. Boom. Cut off anything you don't want. Make sure that you actually paying attention to your edges and what you're tracing, because it's gonna trace and it's gonna follow every movement of everything you have traced. So you could just kind of color that in, whatever. So you see, boom. I'm gonna speed this up, but this is me going along the edges, making sure I got everything right, making sure I got everything performed. Boom, boom, boom. Now there's a different way we can go across to see his beard. We can go across that a different way. They got a different effect on the rotor brush that specifically covers, fine edges and stuff like that. But we're not gonna do this right now for the sake of the video. So we're just gonna do this. Gonna keep moving. Boom. So now we see there's no background after we do the rotoscope. We froze it. We got everything we need to do. Now we're gonna move on to do something else. Now what should we do? We're gonna do the offset. That's what I was thinking. We'll just do the offset. Because I didn't know if I wanted to do it, but my brain was just kind of automatically moving. But all right, let's do the offset. So what we're going to do is we're going to keyframe. We're going to kind of slide things over. You can either do it negative or positive, however many numbers. I think I'm going to do 46,000 for this one, just because I just want to see a little bit of extra movement and kind of test it out. So you got to put the motion blur on it, because if you don't put the motion blur on it, it's just going to look like that. So we're gonna figure this out. Boom. Let's get here. Close this out. Let's make sure we see. Get everything going. Boom. Boom. Okay. All right. So now that we got this set, let's move it back. This going. Let's see what we got working. Boom, boom. All right. So I'm getting a little. I don't know. I'm gonna put some blur on that. It just needs a little bit of blur. I'll put directional blur on that. Directional blur, like, I can change. You can do certain things with, and you can make the angles, since it's going right to left or to the right. Yeah, I could change the directional blur settings to make my blur go to the right, to make it look like I'm just kind of zooming. You see what I mean? So I'm gonna turn it up. I'm gonna keyframe it though, because I don't want it to, as soon as the video comes on, I don't want it to be blurry. You want it to ease in. So excuse me. I'm gonna go ahead and go to the transparency or the opacity or whatever you want to call it, and the keyframes, and kind of just couple of frames, ease it in, and then just kind of get as blurry as possible, just to make it look like there's a little bit more motion there than there is. You know what I mean? You can just make it a little blurry. And a lot of times, if it ends too harsh, you could just put like you open the opacity and click the keyframe and kind of just blend it out. You know what I mean? So it doesn't end harsh. It kind of just fades out just a little bit. So we might do that. I don't know. Boom. So, yeah, that's looking okay. I think I want to add a little. I might want to add a little bit more to it, but that's cool.